Another week has gone by. What can I share with you about what I've read, watched, or done this week? Let's take a look. Welcome to Fantasy for the Ages, the show where a father and son talk about fantasy, science fiction, and other nerdy things we enjoy. If you enjoy this episode, be sure to let me know, hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed yet, we sure hope you will. Thanks for considering it. It'll make our day. Wow, the time just flies. I can't believe it's already almost the longest day of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. This is my June 19th, 2024 update. What have I been reading? Well, I don't have a lot to report in things changing. I'm reading three fantastic books right now, but it's the same books I was reading last week. So in my Kindle, I'm reading Demon's Tear by R.E. Sanders. I'm now about 25% into that book, and it's getting better and better. Things are getting intense. I'm enjoying it. I think we've got another hit coming out from this author, another great epic fantasy tale. In physical book, I'm still reading the sci-fi book Down Below Beyond by T.A. Bruno. I got a few more chapters in this week, and again, this story is solid. I'm definitely still enjoying this novel, and I'm going to keep pushing through, and we'll see how much longer it takes me to get it finished. But the content that is blowing my mind this week is my audio listen, The Blade of Tyshal by Matthew Stover, Book 2 of the Acts of Cain. Wow, this has gotten dark. I mean, so dark, I needed a flashlight. It's gotten to a point, and I'm just 50% in now. I'm not sure I can recommend this to some people. They'll be freaked out. They'll think less of me. They'll be like, Jim, what kind of darkness is hiding within your soul? Matthew Stover has written something really good, really intense. It's hitting so many points here, and I'm just eager to continue to listen. It's a really long audiobook, so I've got hours and hours to go still. I'm kind of like finding it hard to believe there can be so much greatness inside this one book. But hey, I'm going to keep enjoying it. Things I've watched this week. Okay, I got some stuff. Now, I watched some more of The Weakest Link and Chopped, some staple go-tos. But also, America's Got Talent is back here. It's a summer view, so Judy and I started watching that again. I mean, it's reality television competition, but it's produced well, and we do enjoy the judges. We enjoy the variety of acts that come on stage there, and still hoping one of these days a comedian can win the show. CSI Vegas, we got to watch. It was the finale we got to. So we watched the last two episodes, season finale, series finale. There is no more of CSI Las Vegas. It was a decent ending. How many crime procedurals can we have out there? We used to watch so many of these. We still watch some, but not to the degree that we used to. They've kind of been moved out of the way by a lot of these cooking shows that back in the day we never watched. Now, when we talk about some solid science fiction and fantasy content, I got more watched here this week than typical. First off, I finished my Planet of the Ape review catch-up watching with War for the Planet of the Apes, which came out in 2017. Now I'm all ready to watch the newest movie when it becomes available for streaming in this franchise. But, I discovered War for the Planet of the Apes I'd never watched. Somehow I had missed that one. So that was good. Ending was kind of sad. But the movie was good. And I don't mean sad by bad. It was just, oh, at the end. If you've watched it, you know what I'm talking about. I also watched a couple of movies that I'd been looking to watch, particularly the first one, for quite a while and just never got around to it. It's not the kind of thing my wife would enjoy, but I definitely did. I watched The Meg and then Meg 2, The Trench. I watched them back to back. They were fun. I mean, they're focused on big megalodons, these massive ancient sharks, and they came up with a reason on how they could be there. but cool. These are the kind of movies that used to be on the old Sci-Fi Channel with very bad special effects. Now this is like mainstream with really good special effects. Still very unrealistic action scenes. I mean, the things that they're pulling off. No, you wouldn't be able to do this. You're not supposed to take these movies seriously, but you are supposed to enjoy them, and I did. I did a throwback episode because Zach and I talked about, we did an episode this past week on the top 10 fantasy movies of all time. And we talked about like 27 different movies. One of the movies that came up was Van Helsing. And I was like, oh, yeah, man, I liked that one back in the day. I showed the episode to my wife. She'll usually watch most of our more interesting content. And when Van Helsing came up, she's like, oh, yeah, that's a good movie. We should watch that again. Well, then we had a night where the internet went out for like 8 hours. Van Helsing, I had that on DVD. So can't stream anything? Let's go watch the old movie. It was still a lot of fun. Van Helsing. If you've never seen it, Hugh Jackman stars. Go ahead and watch it. You'll have fun. The last big thing that I watched this week, of course, was House of the Dragon Season 2 premiere. Episode 1 was off the hook, delivered, fantastic start to the second season. I've got an episode just reacting to it. Go find it, go watch it, see what I thought. Places I've been. I haven't been many places this week. I did start the week in St. Louis, Missouri. I was there for a few days for work, getting some training, and St. Louis, sorry, if you live in St. Louis, I am sorry. I'm not a St. Louis fan. There's not much to do, and the weather is, I enjoyed being there because I was with a whole bunch of colleagues from all over the country, many of whom have become pretty good friends over the years. It's always nice to reconnect with people. That's what I did in St. Louis. I reconnected with people and had a pleasant time. There may have been cocktails involved at one point. You know me. There may have been. The only other place I went to beyond just being here at home was a quick day trip up to Scappoose, Oregon. Now, Scappoose is about 30 to 45 minutes north of Portland, right along the Columbia River. It's in the part of Oregon that if you look on a map, Northwest Oregon, it jaunts up into Washington State. There's like a little cutout on a map. And that's where Scappoose is. You can look across the river. There's a beautiful view of Mount St. Helens, which is in Washington, but you can see it clear as a bell when the weather's right. And I could on the day I visited Scappoose. Not a very big town, but it was a nice drive. And it was a beautiful day. Shout outs. I have 2 shout outs to share today. The first goes to author C.T. Phipps for being a cool guy. In particular, I did my episode on his book, Moon Cops on the Moon, this week. And while for the most part, it was a very glowing review, go check it out. I loved the book. I had lots of positive things to say. I also did have a couple of criticisms, a couple of, constructive comments. And Phipps was very open and gracious in receiving both the positives and the things that, could be fixed or didn't quite deliver 100%. Again, very small criticism, so it wasn't like he really had to suck it up and take the truth, man. No, I mean, it was a good review. But still, I enjoy when an author is very open to hearing the full-rounded picture here. His reaction just makes me want to read more of his books. It sounds like he's a really good guy. I love authors that are really good people and that we can promote their stuff. So thank you, C.T. Phipps. I bet you'll watch this too, so you'll probably hear me giving you some love. It's well meant. My second shout out goes to our subscriber, Benjamin. He promoted us on Twitter today. He got no money from us. There's no under the table deal here. He has promoted us before on Twitter. He's been a very regular follower, subscriber, a commenter on our content. It's just very nice to have that kind of support from someone. Today, what he said was super kind, and I'm going to repeat it here. He said, "Can't recommend this channel enough. It's become a part of my daily life. I get home from work and tune into the dad joke of the day, and then whatever awesome other content they've released." Benjamin, Thank you. That is very motivating to hear something like that. And I have made a point to try to get that content coming out every single day. I haven't missed for quite a while now. Thanks for appreciating it. Whether it's a rock star piece of content or just an average piece, I'm glad we've become something that you can add into your day and find enjoyment. We'll keep it coming. Thanks for the love. Most watched episode in short this week? Well, the most watched episode was that House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1 reaction video. Again, go watch it, add to these numbers, but don't watch it until you've watched it, because it's a full spoiler reaction video. But it's got 170 views, and it is still climbing at this time. And then our short was Dad Jokes 87. Random style, just some random dad joke humor that seems to have topped out at about 10,500 views. That's amazing numbers for us still to just see something shoot up to over 10,000 views. That's a lot of people having a laugh and a groan because I put a joke out there, and thanks. I'm glad you're finding the fun. Best comment of the week is on that Dad Joke 87 random style, where viewer Rose Brigade responded, "Not gonna lie, this is the first dad joke I've ever called golden. Because damn, you threw some English education, vocabulary definitions, and a dash of proper punctuation to make a really damn good joke. Literally." Thank you very much, Rose Brigade. And if you've not watched this dad joke yet, you won't fully appreciate what was just said in that quote. So take 15 seconds. Go watch the dad joke. You'll understand. All right. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you haven't done so. And come on back next week, and I'll share a little bit more about what I've been up to. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.